On July 3, 2025, the world of football woke up to heartbreak. Diogo Jota, Premier League champion, Portuguese star, husband, and father, was gone. The official story painted it as a tragic accident, nothing more than a freak tire blowout on a quiet Spanish highway. But what if that wasn't the whole truth? Because now, disturbing details are surfacing. Leaked black box data. Forensic inconsistencies. Missing CCTV footage. And whispers of something far more sinister, the kind of whispers that don't fade quietly into the background. This isn't just a car crash anymore. This is starting to look like a planned attack. Spain. Diogo Jota and his younger brother Andre were traveling from Portugal to Santander, planning to catch a ferry back to the UK. Jota had recently undergone lung surgery, and doctors had advised against flying due to potential complications. Believing the road was the safer option, the brothers climbed into their Lamborghini Huracan, unaware they would never reach their destination. Somewhere on that dark stretch of highway, the Lamborghini veered off the road, slammed into an embankment, and erupted into flames, painting the night sky with a fiery glow that marked the end of 2 lives. Authorities called it a tire blowout. A tragic misfortune. Case closed. But here's where things start to unravel. Spain's highways, especially the A52, are lined with surveillance cameras. These roads are monitored precisely because of wildlife crossings, heavy traffic, and the need for quick accident response. Yet not a single second of footage from that night has been released. Nothing showing the moments before the crash. Nothing during the impact. Nothing of the aftermath. Why? Where is the video evidence? Was it malfunctioning that night? Or is it being deliberately withheld? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. We've seen high-speed accidents caught on these cameras before. We've seen footage of other celebrities and drivers in moments of impact. But this time? Total blackout. No leaks. No statements about malfunctioning equipment. No official explanation. Just silence. And that silence speaks louder than any footage ever could. Now let's address the so-called blowout. According to leaked telemetry data pulled from the Lamborghini's black box, the car experienced a sudden, catastrophic drop in tire pressure, over 4 inches lost in milliseconds. On a well-maintained, smooth highway, this type of immediate rupture doesn't happen naturally. It suggests a direct, violent cause. Investigators and independent analysts are raising the possibility of sabotage. An industrial spike strip, a concealed razor-edged device, or a pressure-triggered trap deliberately placed on the route Jota took that night. Think about it. Jota was traveling on a specific route at a specific time, in a vehicle known to everyone who followed his journey back to the UK. If someone wanted him off the road, they wouldn't have to guess when and where to strike. They would know exactly when to act, and how to make it look like an accident. But here's another red flag that's hard to ignore: there were no brake marks at the scene. Not a single sign that the driver attempted to slow down or regain control. In a high-performance vehicle like the Lamborghini Huracan, even during a blowout, drivers instinctively apply the brakes or engage the vehicle's advanced stability systems. But here? Nothing. Zero. It's led forensic analysts to who would want Diogo Jota dead, and why. Let's look closer at Jota's life in the weeks leading up to his death. He had just married his longtime love, Ruth Cardoso, 11 days before the crash. It was a quiet ceremony, away from the press, a rare moment of peace in a career filled with public appearances and pressures. Let's not forget Andre Silva, Jota's younger brother, who also died in the crash. On paper, Andre was quiet, keeping a low profile while working in the crypto and startup tech scene. But a deeper look into his activities reveals he was involved in a controversial blockchain venture that collapsed last year, losing millions in investor funds and making powerful enemies in the process. Was Andre the real target that night? Was Jota simply collateral damage in a larger financial dispute with people who wouldn't think twice about silencing a problem permanently? Rumors suggest Andre was preparing to expose someone, or something, connected to that failed crypto venture, Jota'S. Then there's Root, Jota's wife, whose silence has fueled even more questions. She hasn't posted a single message on social media, hasn't made a public statement, hasn't spoken to the press. While some say it's a sign of deep grief, others believe she's been advised, or pressured, to remain silent until further notice. At Jota's funeral in Gondomar, the situation turned chaotic, with fans flooding the cemetery and police forced to intervene due to uncontrolled crowds. But multiple attendees reported visible tension among family members, harsh words exchanged, and the presence of press photographers who somehow knew the exact arrival times of the family. Who tipped them off? And why did the funeral feel like a media circus instead of a private moment to say goodbye? Let's ask the uncomfortable questions others are too afraid to ask. Why is there no CCTV footage from a highway lined with cameras? If you believe in truth, if you believe in justice, if you believe that no family should be left in the dark while those in power hide behind silence, then stay with us. Subscribe now for continued updates as we dig deeper, uncover more evidence, and expose the questions others are too afraid to ask. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you think this was a tragic accident, or was it something far more deliberate? If you have any information, no matter how small, we urge you to come forward. Because silence in moments like this doesn't bring peace, it protects those who thrive in the shadows. Don't let this story be buried. Don't let the truth die with Diogo. Let's fight for answers. Let's fight for justice. Let's fight for Jota.